Hi, I'm Mindy and I'd like to welcome you to InterfaceFLOR's 2010 Neocon showroom. If you take a look around in our showroom this year, there's a lot going on. We have shocking color, bold patterns, and overall just a lot of fun. In fact, our showroom this year is broken down into 3 distinct areas, but what we're going to focus on first is a group of products that have all been inspired by Memphis. Many of you already know what Memphis is. It was that rule-breaking design movement of the 1980s, led by Ettore Sotsas and a group of young architects and designers who, more or less, were really tired of how serious the world had become. In the late 70s, things were happening in our world like oil spills, mortgage rates were sky high, and terrorism became part of our vocabulary. Over in the design world, things were all about gray or beige. They were simple, plain, and minimal. The Memphis group felt like it was time to change things, and they really wanted to shake up design. So that's what they did. In fact, the Memphis Movement was, and still is, all about freedom. What Ettore Sotsas and this group of designers did is they actually designed fabrics, furniture, as well as motifs that were all grounded in black and white type patterns that were either geometric or organics inspired by nature. They also infused a lot of shocking color and really just had a great time and had fun and changed the way people were looking at design, especially in the 80s. What we're doing this year at Neocon is we're not trying to retell this story of Memphis, we want to add to it. We feel that by nature, our products are designed to play with. They're modules, more or less components of a larger system. So it enables a designer to create art on the floor. So let's take a little bit closer look at some of the products that we have to offer this year. I'm starting here over on the left with a pattern called Union Avenue. It's a black and cream colored stripe, and if you look right next to it, you see Beale Street that infuses color. It's a very similar pattern, but you start to infuse a lot of color. These 2 patterns can be used together or separately, and obviously are creating a lot of dynamics on the floor. Another thing that's really interesting about these 2 patterns is both of them have tile variations. In fact, there are 4 different variations within each pattern, but you don't have to worry about where to put those variations. You just open the box, lay it out on the floor, and the patterns naturally calibrate and create a design on the floor that you can enjoy and love right out of the box. The second collection that we have that's been inspired by Memphis is one called Memphis to Milan and Back, which we have featured in the middle of the showroom here. This particular collection offers 10 different patterns that range in personality as well as scale, from small to large. You'll see pin dots, you'll see squiggles, you'll see splashes of stripes and accents. What we've done in the installation on the floor here is we've actually created what we call pattern by tile designs, where you use the modules to create the art. We've also infused these black and white patterns with a strong accent of color from our monochrome product. Keep in mind that with Memphis to Milan, you can do pattern by tile, but you can also use the patterns by themselves. They still create a lot of drama on the floor unless you choose one of the more simplistic patterns that can virtually install monolithic and look like a slab of textiles right across your floor. The last pattern that we're featuring under this particular heading is called Doodle, and you'll see that at the very far end of our showroom where we've displayed it in a really fun playground atmosphere. What's great about Doodle is that we've infused bright colors in this particular application on top of a pattern. You can also get Doodle in very monochrome patterns too if you want a more sophisticated look. Another thing that's really fun about our playground installation is we've actually used the components of the module to actually create the design on the floor. We've worked with the square itself, but then we've also cut it into diagonals as well as half tiles to create this overall pattern by tile look. And by using the components, you virtually don't have much waste at all. So anyway, what we want to do this year at Neocon is we want to invite you to have fun again and to be bold. Express your own freedom from the ground up using the new Memphis-inspired products from InterfaceFLOR.